Today, I'm going to show you how to take a single 1x4 and turn it into over $100 profit. Let's go. This project does not include any fasteners, any glue, or any crazy joinery. You can pick up your typical 1x4 from any Lowe's or big box store for around $5 to $10 depending on your demographics. I've got some 1x4 poplar, but I would recommend making this out of some pine because it'll give you the better look. Being that I don't have any 1x4 pine, I'm going to take this piece right here and get a piece ripped to 3.5 inches. We'll slap on that PPE and let her rip. When picking out your 1x4x8 from your big box store, just make sure that you get the flattest, straightest piece possible. Otherwise, you'll be stuck like me, having to clean it up over at the joiner and the planer. I'll measure over 17.25 and get that piece cut, and we'll set this other one to the side for just a minute. Our next step works best if you have a bandsaw. However, the big box stores do sell this stock in 1/4 inch thick material. So if you don't have a bandsaw, the best bet is just to purchase some of that. Or if you're confident enough, you can get this Resaw at the table saw. Damn chickens. After resawing that board, I'm left with 2 pieces at 1/4 inch. I'm just going to throw one to the side because I'm only demonstrating one project. However, if I was to be making multiple, I'd keep that. I'll take my 17.25 inch piece and cut 5 pieces to 3.5 inches. I'll be using a stop block so I can get consistent cuts, and that way I can batch these out fairly quick. And you want to make sure that blade stops all the way before releasing your saw. The last thing you want is some kickback. Alright, we'll set those 5 pieces to the side and take that leftover cutoff we have from earlier. I'm going to pull over 5 inches and we'll get that cut over at the miter box. You can figure out that layout for those 5 pieces all sort of ways. I'm just going to take my calipers or my dividers and I'm going to set them to 7/8 of an inch. And I'll start from one side and work my way over to the next side, marking each spot. And that should leave you with 5 marks in between both sides. Now I know that each of my pieces are 1/4 inch thick, so on either side of those marks we just made with our dividers, we'll go 1/8 inch and make a mark right on the edge of your piece. I'll grab my crosscut sled, and with our crosscut sled we'll wind up cutting out some dados. I'm going to get the depth of my blade set to 1/2 inch and rock and roll. After each cut, I'll just slide over to the next marks and get those cut out and repeat the process. Next step, we're going to put some round over on each piece just to ease the edge ever so slightly. Next, I'll take our base over to the belt sander and round over all 4 corners. I'm going to go ahead and get this cleaned up with the palm sander, and when I'm staining pieces, I like to use 150 grit. It just tends to hold the stain a little bit better. You may be wondering why the hell I'm breaking out my brad gun. Well, I'm going to take this scrap piece of 1x and pop a brad in his ass. I do have a method to my madness, and what this does is help hold your pieces up once you get them stained, and they'll dry quicker and more evenly. Just flip your piece over, and voila. I'll be using some of this espresso stain and really bring this whole piece to life. What I'm going to ultimately wind up doing is putting a coat of poly over the stain and I think that'll really bring it to life. Folks online are getting upwards of $20 to $30 per set. Out of one 1x4x8, you can get up to 8 sets out of that one board. Even if you're selling them at $20 a pop, that's $160 off of one 1x4x8. That, my friends, is what I like to call a big ass profit. And just a reminder, if you missed my last video from yesterday, I'll leave it right here where you can click it and go watch it. Let's go.